Howdy y'all. Okay, so today is something a little different. I'm going to attempt my hand at cooking a tomahawk steak. I've cooked regular steaks, ribeyes and sirloins and stuff on the grill and in the oven sometimes. This one, the recipe calls for it to be cooked in the oven at between 275 and 300 degrees until the internal temperature is, I think, 135 for medium rare. And then, of course, season it with salt and pepper or whatever you want beforehand. But check this out, and we're going to see how it turns out. Maybe it's going to be good. Maybe it's going to be okay. Maybe it's going to be fantastic. Maybe we'll see. But check this out. All right. What we got here is a big old tomahawk steak. And it's nice and thick. It's probably about 2 inches thick, maybe 2 1/4. That thing probably weighs a good 5 pounds. It's going to be for 2 people. So, working on the oven. It's preheating right now. We're going to get to 275, and we're going to put it in, and we're going to monitor the temps and see how it goes. Okay, the oven is preheated to 275, and we're going to put this guy in. Check on it. This is a gas oven. Got a handy dandy meat thermometer here, which we will be using. Okay, so I was looking online and it says it's 3 pounds. By the way, I checked and it's a 3 pound tomahawk. So for a 3 pound tomahawk at 275, it's saying it'll take 45 minutes to an hour. And what I did was I set the timer for 15 minutes. Okay, it's been in for 15. So I'm gonna basically flip it over. So I'll pull it out and flip the steak over and then put it in for another 15. I'll do it again until I get to 45 minutes. I'll check the temperatures. Okay, let's see. It's been in it for 15 minutes. Take it out. Flip it over. We're on the second 15 minutes. We've got about 5 minutes left, and we'll check it again. All right, so I've come outside and turned on my electric grill in preparation. It's still, maybe 5 minutes left on the last 15 minutes of the oven cooking. But I have a feeling we'll have to cook it a little longer. And then when I'm done with cooking it in the oven, I'm gonna sear the steak on each side for maybe 1 to 2 minutes. And this is what I've got here. I just have a charbroil electric, it's like an infrared, it's an electric grill. I just turned it on, kind of cleaned up the grill, got it ready, and it's starting to heat up. So hopefully in 10 minutes or so, it'll be ready, 15 minutes, and we'll be able to do the searing. So according to the instructions, if you want your steak to be 135 degrees, which is medium rare, you cook it to 125 degrees, 10 degrees less. Because when you take it out, it still cooks. When it's resting, it still cooks. So when it gets, I've got about 1.5 minutes left. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna check the temp. I think we're gonna be at about 125 or maybe close. And I'm gonna go ahead and sear it at that point, and then we'll let it rest. So let's see what happens. My outside grill is nice and hot. It's been cooking here, burning off some of the extras from before. I did clean the grill, by the way, scraped it off, but burning off some of the smoke here. It's like 400, I guess, 425. So I think that's a pretty good temp for searing. We're gonna try it. Come on, I'm hungry. 5 more minutes. We're gonna be at like an hour. I'm starting to drool. It smells good. Okay, pulled it out again, and we've got an hour and maybe 2.5 minutes into it. So you can see in the center, it's a thick steak. You can see in the center, it's still not quite there. If I go close to the bone here, it goes plenty, we're definitely above 125. We're like 130, maybe a little more. I want to be careful. I don't want to overcook it. Let's try here. See, and it drops in the center. It's dropping. So, I'm going to sear it. We're going to check the temp again. Okay, it's been about a minute. I'm going to flip this guy over and see what it looks like here. That looks pretty good. I'll do another minute on this other side here. And then I might flip it, you know, again, another minute. Total of 4 minutes. We'll see. Okay, that's been about a minute. Let's take a look. Okay, that's looking good. I think I'm going to flip it like this. We'll do another minute on this side and then one more minute on the other, and we're going to see where we're at. So I flipped it twice now, and I left the lid open while I was doing it, which is probably not a good idea. I'm losing some heat. It dropped down to like 275 or 200, 250. So I closed the lid. I checked the temperature again, and the dogs are going crazy. It was still just below 120, so I'm gonna have to cook it a little longer. Okay, I took it off the grill. It's just over 120. I'm gonna let it rest for 5 minutes. I'm gonna cover it with aluminum foil. So the steak's been resting for 5 minutes, and now let's check it out. That looks good. It smells delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this guy, and it's for myself and my wife. So I'm gonna cut it along the bone here, and then I'm gonna cut it in half, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm gonna use a regular knife. I don't like serrated knives with steak. I like to use these. So let's see what we get here. Ooh, that looks good. That looks like prime rib right there. Wow. Let's not lose that. That looks pretty yummy. A lot of fat here. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. Let's take a taste. All right. Father God, thank you for this food. I ask you to bless it. I guess I was expecting something like a ribeye, and it's kind of like a cross between a ribeye and a prime rib. Got a lot of flavor. It's kind of a rich, buttery flavor. Really good. I think I've got salt and garlic on it. I might put a little more salt, but that's really delicious. So if you guys want to cook a tomahawk, try that. See if it works for you.